Welcome to the Wealth Rebel Show. I am your host, the original Wealth Rebel here, Emma Wright. And in today's show, I wanted to bring something a little bit different. This really came to me as I laid in my bed thinking about what I do and how I wanted to bring a different perspective to really help you shift on your journey to wealth because this is what it's all about. It's about you really embodying what wealth really is. Wealth being an energetic vibration. Your wealth is not something from outside of you. It is very much something from within you because we know you can have all the money, time, energy in the world. You can have all the knowledge within you, and you can still be miserable and unhappy and unsatisfied and everything in lack and in fear. Yet, we know people that have an abundance of time and energy and, deep inner wisdom, but no money and are incredibly wealthy. So I talk a lot about wealth being your vibration, it's your vibe, it's your frequency, okay? And we know the more high vibe we get, the more we nurture that part of us, the more wealthy we're going to get. So I have my flip chart ready to bring this to life if I feel like standing up and drawing anything out for you that comes in, because I just don't know what's going to come in for me. But really, what I want to dive into today is relationships, right? Because people talk about relationships as being maybe a relationship with another person. When people come to me, they often want to talk about money, investing, strategy, and fundamentally, the way that you treat, and I've got it up here, money, time, energy, how you treat money, how you treat your time, because people come to me and say they don't have enough time to work on their wealth, but they want more money. They want a strategy just to make more money, right? They want to kind of work on their money, they want to work on their time, and then they have no energy for it. And fundamentally, it all comes down to how you treat your money, time, and energy comes down to the relationship with you that you have with yourself. And relationships are so, so, so important. It's the foundation of and everything, and it boils down to your mindset. It's a big part of kind of how you treat money, how you treat time, how you treat your energy, yourself. All boils down to a deep inner conditioning. So before we dive into this topic, I am Emma Wright. I'm the original wealth rebel, a rebel because I am doing things my way. I want to show you, I want to guide you, I want to empower you with the tools, with the knowledge for you to really embody wealth for yourself, right? Because you can do so much of this for yourself. And my whole purpose, really, with this show and with the things that I do on Instagram or LinkedIn, and when you come into my world, when you come into my mastery school or the collective or into the star portal we have tomorrow, actually today, because this is going out tomorrow, I'm recording it the night before. We have the investment circle on the fourth Friday of the month currently, right? So, you know, I want to bring these things to you to really activate you to master all of your assets from money, from time, from energy, and the power of you so that you can really live a life that you love in this present moment and have massive impact in your business, in your career, in the ventures that you launch as entrepreneurs. So you are probably here watching me, and I see you. I really do see you, the real you, right? You're here because you want to be living your best beach life. You want to be surfing the waves of life, but you aren't for whatever reason. Maybe number one, you're still trading time for money in a career or in a business venture that no longer serves you, that you no longer love. Maybe you loved it at one time, but you change. Things change. You're allowed to change, by the way. And it's leaving you feeling drained. by everyone around you. You feel that everyone wants a piece of you and you're creating, but you're not feeling the abundance. Maybe you don't feel that the money that you're making is relevant to you anymore, or maybe you just feel like everyone takes from you constantly, right? Or maybe number two, and this happens a lot when people are over here, then they move over to number two, and sometimes we move back to number one. You've run away from that money to dive into life. Maybe you hit burnout. Maybe you've run away into your beach shack where you think money is evil. You know, let's face it, money's evil, but people just take from me, so I'm just going to avoid it. Avoidance is a big thing with these things. But really, it isn't the money. Money is just a currency. Like time, really. Time is just and time just goes by, right? We can't really control it. We just have to make the most of it. It's the attachment and the meaning that we give to money, that we give to time. We fear that there is a lack of it. We fear money for whatever reason, that there's lack out there. We embody that lack and that fear, and that fear pushes down your vibration, right? Even when you make more money, because maybe you fear it, or you're in lack, or you think that money's come and go, all of these beliefs that we form from a really, really young age, right? It is that attachment and that meaning that you give to it that really stops you from embodying wealth. In a way, right? Sometimes you can feel that it's just easier and safer to not have money. So that's why you go into number two and you avoid it. And then you start doing your best beach life. Maybe you move away or you start doing things differently, living that surfing yoga life, that well-being life, and you just don't charge for what you do anymore and you shun it. That way, no one can take from you, right? And you're keeping yourself safe in that way. The mind is always here to keep you safe. It forms beliefs. Let's write some of this down. Okay, I think this is really, really important, right? Because this is all how we form these relationships, right? Your mind, your mind, your beautiful mind does two things. It forms beliefs and it creates habits. Okay? It forms beliefs and it creates habits. The mind, the beautiful mind. We're taught to fear the mind. We're taught we want to change the mind, but actually, your mind is beautiful. It's trying to keep you safe, right? So it forms these beliefs and these habits, and we form these at a really young age. Research shows that it's about age 6 or 7 that we form these beliefs. So the way that you have this relationship, the way that you have your relationship with money, time, energy, and you, the massive sense of self, right? Really determines how you treat money, time, and energy in you, and how you go about making it in your career or in your business, how you spend it, how you spend all of these assets in order to live a wealthy life. And it really shows how you embody wealth in your day-to-day life. So this mindset, we talk about mindset, people say, oh, you're a money mindset coach. It's a part of what I am as a wealth empowerment coach, right? Your mind is a really, really important factor to your relationships, all of your relationships, okay? Your relationships from a romantic perspective are massively, massively impacted. And I'm going to talk about this. I put in my notes, right, that this is going to be like the stick man. I want to use a stick man analogy because this is the same for men and women, right? It's the same for men and women, right? So the two things, you're either trading time for money, you're heavy in that world, or you've run away from it and you're shunning it. Okay. And sometimes we flick between the two around the burnout, around the stress that we feel. And when we feel stress, right, this isn't just a stress that we're going to experience in day-to-day life. It's a stress the body takes hold. So this mind thing falls massively then into the body. It comes in to your embodiment of wealth. And that's when you start to have things like inflammation, things like disease in the body shows in the body. Even if you don't feel it, you might feel anxiety or you don't always know. You can look super, super fit and still have this embodiment of all of these things that these cycles are happening because this creates what I call the wealth cycle, right? When you have a belief that you're in lack, that you know that money is in lack, or these things, it triggers that habit where you create like a behavior or a routine where you work really, really hard and you just burn out. And then you give all of that money away because you really think that in order to have love and relationships and to have a career, you spend it on everybody else, right? And you give it all away and then you have to make more money. And it's a really vicious cycle. Or on the other hand, you give it all away, you shun it, because you believe that money is evil, and therefore you're in a cycle of not having money and giving it away. There's so many ways that you can embody this relationship, and it is so transcendent into all different aspects of life. So what I want to show you today really is that wealth is not money. You will never be wealthy if you think your wealth is outside of you. Okay. I'm going to do another little stick man up here. Okay. We're going to start with my stick man. Okay. This could be a man or a woman. Let's give it a bulbous head, right? This is you. Okay. This is your body. You've got your beautiful mind. Give your little body a heart. Okay. And this is your mind up here, right? Because sometimes we should think about the mind as something that's here to keep your body safe, right? You are not money. You are not time. You are not these things. These things support you. You take energy. This is you, okay? Your relationship with yourself is the most important thing. You are not money. More money is not going to make you more wealthy. Remember, your wealth is how you vibrate. It's your experience of your money, your time, your energy, and yourself. This is what wealth really, really is. So I want to really think about this stick man. I really want to think about one really big lesson. So I'm going to kind of try and get you to actually think differently about relationships because it really transcends all aspects of your life, from your relationship with your business, from your relationship with others, and from your relationship with yourself. So I want to talk a little bit about romantic relationships today and go a little bit delve deeper, give a 360 perspective, right? So when we're thinking about, because romantic relationships for me really helps me to kind of consider how we treat all aspects of wealth. Because often people come to me when they're on the brink of divorce, right? I do have clients that have come to me and they blame the money. That person's spending the money, that person's making the money. Money is the root of all evil. Money causes all the stress. It's not the money. It isn't really the money, right? The wealth empowerment work that I do transcends the money. We go really, really deep and we really understand how our relationships with each other shows then our kind of treatment of money. And it's really, really powerful. I was doing some work recently with my one of my clients who said to me, I came to you with this focus on money, but the work we've done has been like totally unexpected and has surpassed everything I expected. I came to for you for money strategy. And now my client is in total abundance and is actually 100% on his wheel of wealth due to the work we've done on his wealth strategy, business strategy, relationships strategy, his relationship with self fundamentally. And it was really, really unexpected. So I want you to imagine this person, right? I want you to imagine this person, and I'm going to dive into to kind of the different aspects of this person. Okay, so this person here. All right. This person in this example, created their relationship with themselves by the age of 6. So, one of the things that we have to really do to understand on a deeper level where their relationship with kind of maybe loved ones might come from, and then how that might feed energetically into money, time, and energy, into this formula of you could come from, goes back to the story. So I think it's really important to think of your story when you are thinking about wealth. Okay. So let's imagine this person here. This person is a young girl, age 6 or 7, and her parents broke up, right? Her parents broke up, and so she has a belief because she saw when her parents broke up, she saw her parents fight over money. So therefore, she thinks that money is, I don't know, money is angry. I don't know, angry or causes fights, right? So there is like some negative connotations with money. She then also sees her mum move away into a place of lack because her father stayed in the home and her mum moved away, and her mum therefore struggled, really struggled, had to make sacrifices, and just channeled all of her energy not to her. Her mum channeled her energy into other places. And so she felt very abandoned. So money caused abandonment, right? So money is abandonment. And this happens a lot, right? Money is abandonment. She also saw her dad stay in the property, right? So men just stay, men are okay, right? So what she really felt here was that I want to be super independent. I want to go on and make my own money, right? I will make my own money. I will never rely on anyone, okay? I will make my own money. So this is not all beliefs are bad, right? Because in this situation, this person went on to be super independent, but also she felt quite abandoned as well by money. And what it led to over time is making money, giving money away in order to have relationships with everything in her career, in her life. And so she used money as a tool to buy love. Okay. And this could happen to anyone, right? Your unique story is really, really unique to you. Always, always unique to you. So later on in life, this person is going through her life. It could be a he, it could be a she, right? And then she meets another person. Okay. Okay. A girl or a boy? We don't know. And they have their own mind, right? They have their own story. We all have a story that forms beliefs and habits, right? The beliefs and habits that are there to keep us safe, and our mind is there to support us. But we all have this beating heart as well. We all know now that the heart is a bigger brain than the mind, but we're conditioned to live by the mind, which is always going to be a fear-based approach because it's designed to look for threats and rewards. Okay, that's how the mind works. So you have this story over here, and this person had a different story. Very mirrored, maybe. This person felt like that they needed to go out and make the money because they saw their father going out and making money. They also felt quite abandoned by their father, where they had a father wound. This one, we had a mother, maybe a mother wound and a father wound. This person also had a wound at a really young age, felt really, really abandoned and kind of felt the pressure to go and support his mother in this instance, right? So this person over here, his money as their responsibility. And we see this a lot, you know, especially with within kind of the male community. I work with a lot of men. I work with men and women. Money is their responsibility, right? They felt very abandoned by the father. You know, a lot of the time fathers go away to work and they feel very abandoned by their father, you know, and this can happen a lot. And in this instance, it's huge pressure. And then they go on through life having relationships where they feel that everything is taken from them. They make money, but it's taken. And so often this leads to this huge pressure to go out, you know, and climb the ladder, make sure I'm making money. It's huge pressure, but it's going to be taken anyway. It's going to be taken because it's all my responsibility. So you end up in relationships, and this is really interesting. We end up then in relationships where we often attract kind of the opposite of what we're looking for in life. We end up attracting maybe a person that seeks someone that's going to give them that because that makes us feel justified. And this person might seek someone that wants them to buy love. And when these two people might meet here, they might not realize that they could be super compatible to each other. And so it's super interesting when you look at how you interact with relationships when you kind of start thinking about your relationship with your money and yourself, right? These two people could be just walking through life and having relationships, whether that's relationships with their boss, whether that's relationships with their respective partners, whether that's relationships with themselves. And the way that they treat money, time, and energy and themselves is going to be so profoundly different or similar at the same time, depending on how their mind has taken on their own money story. You know, everyone is going to have a different story and a different relationship with money. And it doesn't really matter whether you're a man or a woman, actually, some of the time, because we can all experience these upbringings and these differences. You know, we've all experienced divorce, even whether we've been in that situation early on in life or later on in life, or we've observed it from different families. These early traumas from a really young age, and then the experiences that go through that really influence who you become as a person, and then all of the ways that you embody this story will impact massively how you treat your money, time, and energy and your sense of self. So fundamentally, in order to break these cycles and in order to embody wealth, we really need to start looking at predominantly yourself. When you start looking at what you want in your life, when you start looking at your sense of self, when you start really unpicking you and the power of you and focusing on you and going inward and giving yourself the time to heal your core wounds. And I like to call them your core wounds, you know, that fear of abandonment, maybe that fear of things being taken for this person. These are just two different people and two different examples here in this stick example. You know, that fiercely independent. It's great to be fiercely independent, but how is that impacting you in terms of your relationship with yourself? Maybe you're not allowing someone to come in and be there for you, whether that's a boss, whether that's a client, whether that's, you know, a really great career opportunity. It is so important to unpick the story. One of the first things that we do sometimes when we work on wealth empowerment is to look at wealth traumas, wealth cycles, and to go deep, really get to know you at a deeper level. One of the things that's that's really important is to hear what you're saying. And this is why the power of coaching is really, really powerful. This is why when you work with a coach and you have that safe space to talk and open up and really get out there into the world what you have experienced in your life from a really young age, and you start to unravel that, you can really see that this is why you are the way that you are with your money, with your business, with your time, with your energy, with yourself, right? So it's a profoundly powerful thing to do. I know today's talk has been a little bit longer than the usual ones that I do, but this is quite a deep topic. Not everything is a 10-minute chat that I can just give to you, right? This is why this is wealth empowerment is a big piece of work when you really want to step into wealth and change and do the things. Often people come to me because they want to do the strategy, the money, the investing. But when we create a strategy, it doesn't change anything. You carry on in the old habits, the old cycles, because they've been with you since a really young age. The way that you treat your money, your time, your energy, yourself, in all aspects of business and life has been put into you from a really, really young age. So it's not your fault, firstly and foremost. It is not your fault how you have experienced life so far if you haven't unpicked this. That's the first thing that I really want to emphasize. It's not your fault, but we don't want to live in the past. We don't want to be a victim of our story, right? We all have a story. Let's get over it. Let's say it's time that we make the changes. We stop having toxic relationships with money. We stop having toxic relationships with lovers or with people in our business. If you are constantly in cycles of toxic relationships, that is a big reflection because you are attracting in these things, right? Because the things that you attract in, the money you attract in, the clients you attract in, the relationships you attract in, is a complete and utter reflection of your energy and your vibration. 100%. Because your partners, the lovers that you bring into your life, will completely and utterly reflect where you are. If you suddenly start having an amazing relationship with someone and you think it's too good to be true, it's because you've changed and you've shifted in energy. It's not too good to be true. You 100% deserve it, right? If you run away from it in fear because you think, oh my goodness, this is going to get taken away from me, and you run back. And we can do this in business as well. We can start getting good things to coming in, and then we're like, oh my goodness, I don't deserve this. And I'm going to run away and I'm going to mess it up. Look at the cycles. Look at the things that keep happening and keep occurring. Okay? You deserve everything in life, everything that you want. But you really have to go back sometimes to go forwards, not to live in the past. No, no, we're not going to live in the past, but to acknowledge the past in order to work on our relationships with ourselves first and foremost. And that's why it comes back to self. And that's why this work is so transformative and beyond what you will ever expect. It's not money mindset. It's wealth empowerment, 100% wealth empowerment. Yes, we will work on the strategy, but we will also work on your sense of self so that the strategy becomes meaningful to you, whether that's your life strategy, your financial or your business strategy. We'll look at it all because that's what wealth is. Wealth is not just a single asset. It's all aspects of you that's going to give you the wealth flowing in, and it's how then you spend that wealth flowing out that really matters. That's what defines wealth, how you spend your time, energy, and money on you, on the things that matter to you. So I hope you've enjoyed today's talk. I really didn't know where it was going to go to. I didn't fully understand until I start speaking. I have a little bit of an outline. If you want to know more about what I do, how I do it, you can come to my mastery class. The next mastery class is going to be towards the end of this month, and you can register now. It's free, it's in my private Zoom room. We do lessons on my 8 step framework to going through all of these things in way more detail. It's an 8 step framework to take you from really uncovering what you came here to do so you can learn more about what you want from your life, all the way through the life, the financial, and the business strategy, so that you really can go on to create the reality and the life that you love. The links are in my bio. If you love what I talk about and you want to know more, add a comment. Tell me what you love. Tell me what you want me to talk about. Happy to go deeper in any of these topics to talk about the things that really matter to your wealth empowerment today to help you to shift and move in your journey to wealth. And don't forget to like and subscribe the show. It means the world so more people can find me. Namaste.